Hola!
Bom dia!
Welcome to the Windy Saudade project, guys! So I just want to show you, Charlotte is driving back home. We have finished the massive gardening spring shopping that we were gonna do. You know, we still need to buy a couple bits, some strawberries and some other things on Thursday. But look at what's behind us. We have a massive stack of hay. We got more adobe compost here. There is so much that we have bought. It wasn't actually that expensive because like a bag of fertilizer and compost is not that much, you know, and the plants and the actual seedlings are not that much either.
You're covered in straw.
I am covered in straw because it's going everywhere.
I've closed the windows a bit, that should help.
It's so funny, yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna go back home. We've also filled up the air chamber. We found an air chamber for the wheelbarrow, which is going to be essential to carrying all the stuff and mixing all the soils. But more on that when we get home. We just wanted to show you, like, this is look at this.
Just a regular day in rural Portugal, guys.
Oh, so funny, yeah.
And if you're wondering why we haven't put it in the back, first of all, I don't think that would fit in the back.
No.
Second of all, it's filled with cardboard for mulch.
Yeah, we went to the continent. You might have seen this in the previous clip. And we're gonna get more on Thursday, so I am scared because these people are, you know, big shopping center and they're gonna have loads of cardboard. But yeah, we will see you back at the house
for a big day of planting and gardening. Just
woohoo!
I just had a thought. How are we gonna get this out? I might have to reverse out.
I think so, yeah. I think you might have to, babes.
Lucky, I said.
It's all good. Yep. Open the book for me.
If the car's open, just press the on.
Thanks.
He likes that hay.
She does.
He's going mad for it.
Hold this. One over there, lovely. Alright, let's get the hay out.
Is that a good smell? I think you need to come out the way, darling. Come on, out the way.
So we'll just push it. I'll push it, I think.
Yeah, if I sort of lift it up, and you push.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah.
Coming out.
Okay. It's okay, just let it flip.
Boom.
You carry one of the strings, I'll carry the other one.
The state of the car.
Mate,
Ah.
let me just move the wheelbarrow out the way first. Okay. You hold one end, I'll hold the other. Okay, 1, 2, 3, lift. It's a bit odd.
I haven't really got it.
You not got it?
Okay. I feel like I'm very much dressed appropriately for today.
Yes, you are. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Right, let's
It's
give
pretty
it.
fitting lengthways there, no?
Where?
So you can move your bum out of the way.
What?
And then you can still fit the thing underneath. Well, it might slightly overlap, doesn't it?
Just put it. Right, just put it.
Because I don't care, it'll be fine. We're going to take loads of it out anyway in a bit. And it's lifted off the ground a bit.
Okay.
So I can go monkey. And then your wheelbarrow can fit in there.
Okay. Let's get the adobe stuff.
Door bit. What do you think, Ella? Is it good? There's not like all of the animals are here. What is it? What's all this smell? Does it smell like nature? Does it smell good? Does it smell nice? Oh, it's the little things in life. Hey guys. What do you think?
Oh, hey guys.
Hey
Hey
guys.
guys. Oh, she's going
Of course,
mental.
these two were together.
Oh,
Quite comfy actually.
nice. We have left it at an awkward angle because we are going to use most of it where Charlotte's going to be sitting.
Yeah,
So,
we can still fit the, what's it called in here?
Mr. Wilbur.
Otherwise it feels like water and rot, so.
Exactly.
So we made it back in one piece. We're just tucking the cardboard behind the straw at the moment because that is going to blow everywhere otherwise. Ella's taking herself for a walk. Don't go too far. We've basically been shopping about 10 hours in the last 2 days, going from different places, trying to find the best deals in Vendale. So we're pretty knackered. It's actually about 4 o'clock. No, it's nearly 5 o'clock. We didn't eat until like 3:45, just because we didn't get back till late. So we won't get a lot done today, but Carlos is going to trim all around here. We have some plans for what we're going to do in this area that we need to be finished by next Monday for when we go to the market. And we're going to get some cheap plants in the market. If I sound like I've got a cold, turns out I'm actually slightly allergic to the hay, by the way. So that's why I sound like that. So yeah, we're not going to get a lot done, but I will start on this herb garden here. Getting ready to put like mulch and soil and all the good things down. Tomorrow what I'm going to do, when I'm a bit more with it because I'm so knackered, I will take you on a tour as to what we're going to be doing over the next couple of months and where everything's going to go, my plans for the garden for this year. But I just need to be a bit more awake because I'm not with it at the moment. But yeah, whilst Carlos is trimming, I'm going to sort out down here, at least get the cardboard down. I don't think I'll get the soil all down because I'll have to take all the rocks off, put them back on, all of that. But it'll be a start. Tad everybody. It's the next day. We're having a bit of a late start because literally all of the neighbours have been coming round today.
It's so funny.
It's really weird.
And one that popped around, my other neighbours come round asking me to bring the chainsaw and chop some brambles up for her. So I'm going to do that in 30 minutes. But bit of a late start, but we are here. Alas.
We'll do our best.
Yes.
Carl's just preparing the wheelbarrow so I can move some soil around without having to break my back in the process.
Yeah.
I didn't get the soil into that front garden, but I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to make a patch for hopefully planting potatoes. But we're going to talk to another neighbour before we do so because we've had one saying it's too early. Some people are saying it's going to be all right. So we're going to get a third opinion.
Exactly.
It's saying 5 minimum on the weather at the moment. So it's definitely near the board. We'll see.
Well, I'm going to ask the other neighbour for the third opinion because she lives around where we live, and once I chop her brambles and her things she wants me to chop with a chainsaw, I'll ask her as well.
Yeah,
it's warmer than last year, so so hopefully it's not going to be as cold. 5 degrees is fine.
Yeah.
It's only if it goes to 2, 1, 3 that you should be a bit concerned, But these weather apps, sometimes they say, oh, it's only 15 degrees and it's 20.
Yeah.
So
happens, yeah.
just have to wait and see, But we've got the storm from America that's
Well, it's come
coming
from the
over.
Atlantic, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's come from the Atlantic that's here. So fixed it real, bruh.
Let's get going. Mate, go on, show us the action on that. It lives! Woo!
Yay! It's a heavy boy.
Wait to get all of the plants in just because they are threatening this last little bit of frost, so I'm going to wait to get those in, but I'm going to plant some indoors and then all I have to do is move the mulch out the way, make a little room, pop it in and boom, it should stay a lot more hydrated. Last year I did lose some plants here because when that sun comes around this area gets very hot, so I'm hoping this will keep it nice and moist. It does look a bit like a barn at the moment. I'm aware it's not as pretty as wood chip, but everyone says this is the best thing for hot climates. And the cats absolutely love the straw. What are you doing? You cheeky monkeys! All 3 of them, look. Excuse me.
Hang on, lads. All right, lads. So I've been doing 2 hours of work at the neighbour's chopping down. She's chopped down some pine trees, so I got to chop them into small bits of wood. She was also like a cork branch, so I chopped a cork branch for her, and I'm going to do trimming until 6 o'clock. I got a cheese sandwich. She's offered me a beer. I don't fancy a beer. And I'm getting paid, so Thanks, Charlotte, for holding down the fort.
That's all right. I'm just going to do a tour. Enjoy your cheese sandwich.
Bye.
I'm a bit jealous. I want a cheese sandwich. Ella, you all right, girl? She's in the garden. She's been misbehaving today. She was really good yesterday, but today, misbehaving. I'm going to do a tour. Oh, yeah. You go and explain to the people. Yes. Bon dia, everybody. Botard. I've already introduced myself. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, we're going to get a lot of rain tomorrow. And all of the neighbours are saying, wait on the potatoes. So I'm going to wait till me and Carlos have a random day where we can do a bit and we'll film that then. But what I did want to do anyway is do a tour of like the house garden, what we're going to plant and where this year. So here, this little trench area, this is where the potatoes are going to go. We were originally going to do them in like a raised bed on the front, but we haven't quite found the right, how do you say it, container, shall we say? At least not for the right price. But this little trench here, we planted watermelons in last year. That didn't work, they completely failed. But what I'm thinking is, we get quite a bit of sun here. This side, which will get a little bit more shade behind me, that will be all of our regular potatoes. And this one in front, from like where I am onwards, in May, I'm going to plant some sweet potatoes in here. So it'll be like a little potato trench. Also, because it's already a trench, we can do the, I probably am mispronouncing this, but hugelkultur. But I will need Carlos's help because it involves lifting heavy logs and smashing and breaking big logs to put in the bottom first. So it'll be more like a mound once we're finished. But it's supposed to be really nutritious. We should be able to use it for a few years. And we can always use it for potatoes in the future. So that's the plan here. And then this area we are calling like the summer garden. So we've got our peaches, which is looking so much healthier compared to last year. But the plan is, I've just taken a shot so I can show you what I'm looking at. We found some, and guess what was going to be used for trellising? We found some of that. That's sort of been left and it's been stuck in a big sort of cylinder. So what we're going to do, cut it in half, put one here, and then the idea is I'm going to experiment with different types of tomatoes, because tomatoes did really, really well in this area last year. They were just on the bit where the broccoli currently are. Ella! But yeah, we're going to have one for like maybe smaller tomatoes, one for some more big beefy tomatoes, and I might put a few determinants in front of that. I'm also wanting to get things like courgette, well mostly courgettes, in the front as well. I'm thinking of doing some sort of French beans next to those. That's what's going to go in this section. And the plan is, as we do it, we're going to build these no-dig beds. So we have a massive problem with weeds. It's very, very fertile here. Everything wants to grow. When we had the land sort of looked at, they were saying this is one of the best areas to grow. But it does mean we do have a problem with weeds, whereas if we do the no-dig style bed, it's our first year trying it, should kill off most of the weeds. The way we're going about it is we're doing section by section. We can't afford like 1,000 kilos of compost all in one go. But as we're planting things out going forward from now, we can get a couple of hundred or 300 kilos or litres, should I say. Yeah, 300 litres, not kilos. And that will gradually build up and up. So March and April, we are expecting to spend a little bit more. What do you think, Ella? Also, behind you, something I haven't mentioned. So, the lovely Ella here, who's in a very naughty mood today and keeps trying to escape, she can actually fit through these holes. I don't know if you could tell, this is where Carlos did dig up recently. The plan is, if we can get some sort of plants that need trellises, etc. In this bit, we've got peas, which we're hoping will grow. It's all a bit experimental. Hello! I think Ella thinks I'm playing with her. So I'm thinking like peas in one section. I might put, I've forgotten the name of them, broad beans in the next one. We'll treat it like a little section, have a little bit of an experimental trellis thing. And also it should help block off the fence so that Ella can't keep escaping. She's getting a lot better. But podengos are just podengos. They have a high prey drive and they keep wanting to run off. So treating this like a little bean experiment area. And also they should add nitrogen into the ground, apparently. Yep, that's what we're going to do along this fence area. When the yellow. Yes? Because you keep running off. Don't destroy anything, madam. So there's a pole in the way. This area is the sort of area I refer to like the winter garden, just because I've been growing more winter veggies in here. It's a bit of a state, as you can tell. Again, we do want to do the no dig beds. I'm gonna sneeze. We do want to gradually convert this to no dig beds. My plan is this bit here will be a pathway. Here will be a pathway so that we can make the most of what we've got. So we've got 3 big long beds and we can just go to town once it's all sorted out. Of course, that would take quite a lot of compost. As you already know, we planted our spinach already. Ella, no, that's my spinach. Leave my spinach. You want to eat my spinach? Yeah, you can eat the spinach. Good girl. So obviously the spinach, I'm not going to turn that into a no-dig bed for a little while. But once I take these out, I can do this section, plant something in here. Once the lettuce are finally done, they're nearly done to be fair, I can turn that bit, that little square, into a no-dig section and gradually build it up as we go along. We are having a few problems at the moment with not having enough nitrogen in the soil. Some of like these cauliflower are turning yellow and they're not making their heads like they should be. I do have some, I can only remember it in Portuguese now, blood meal. I do have some blood meal that I'm going to add into the soil as I go. We've also bought some horse manure that should help fertilise everything as we make the no dig beds. So yeah, gradually as we harvest, we're going to build it up. First thing we are going to do is in this back corner here, some more shady or cool temperate kind of vegetables. The sun goes around over here, so this bit gets shade first. What I'm going to do is plant things like arugula, which is rocket, I think in English. Yeah, arugula is rocket. Maybe some sort of like leeks, maybe some sort of summer brassicas. I've got some Chinese cabbage because we like kimchi. That'll be more in this section over here. Maybe some spinach once this stuff starts to die off. We'll have a look at what we're going to plant here. I haven't quite decided. Obviously at some point we will need to grow some garlic because we didn't do that last year and I really regret it. Lettuce grows really well here, but that's the plan. So we're going to get 3 massive beds that we can just then constantly use all the time and hopefully not have to worry about all the de-weeding like we currently are.
Being good? Are you being good, girl? Yes. Good girl. Good girl. You gonna explain with me?
This fence along here, obviously we're planting beans and having a bit of an experiment along down there. This area we can't really plant in the ground. Obviously there's cement beneath me, but also this bit behind me, I don't know if you can tell. The people who come and make sure that all the train lines are clear, they often just put poison down instead of trimming. I get it, it does grow a bit wild here, but that means we can't really plant into the ground. So I am thinking getting some containers and pots all along this wall. This was originally where we were going to plant those potatoes. I might still do some more potatoes, let's see. At the moment I'm thinking big pots for cucumbers because they can go right up to the top if they wanted, and this will give them a good start. If you think that might not work, please let me know. I know that they do need a lot of water and it's very close to the hose here. Eventually I do want to have everything completely irrigated. I'd love to work towards that. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think that is something that's going to happen either in the winter or early next year. Fingers crossed one day we will have irrigation, because I know for a fact that watering this year is going to be a bit hardcore, which is why I bought all that straw, so that we've got good mulch going forward. It was also only £8 for that bundle and I've barely touched it, so that's good. But yeah, excuse me guys, but if you can think of anything that might do well in containers, that also likes to grow up, please let me know. As for peppers and aubergines, I forgot to mention, I want to plant some of those in that summer garden as well. But as for peppers, the other thing with the nightshade family, I'm not going to plant it directly in the ground this year, and there's a good reason for that. I'll show you in a sec. Oh, I also, before I go right round the front and talk to you about peppers, I need to talk about the garden, like this little front garden. Our roses are starting to come back to life after winter. We've got the big lilies there as well. This particular spot that I'm standing right in front of, this doesn't have grapevines growing over it. So this bit does get very hot. I'm going to put mostly, you know, drought friendly plants. In here I'm thinking aloe vera. I really want a dragon fruit. I just don't know if it's gonna survive because it does get cold. Maybe I'll put a big one in a pot in this area. We'll see. In the very corner where the house meets that little bit of wall, I'll show you. Sorry, the table's in the way, but yeah, this corner here, I am thinking maybe I should get some bougainvillea because it's really beautiful and it would grow up this. We're hoping we can also cover this in cement and paint it. Not cement, what's it, lime? So it doesn't look like a building site anymore. We're hoping to do that in March/April. I've never done it, but my dad's coming and he wants to have a go, so we'll see how it goes. Once this is all done and I have a nice bougainvillea, a nice bit of fresh paint, I think it will look really nice. And it does well in the Mediterranean climate, which we have here, although we're not in the Mediterranean, but you know what I mean. Also, I think the tree is dead that used to be here, so should be fine.
Lucky, what are you doing? What a nutter.
It's a madhouse here. Oh, so this corner here, obviously we've got this thing, which we randomly discovered wasn't fixed into the ground, and we have another one somewhere, so we can like do a nice little layering kind of scenario. This area gets a lot of sun, even though this wall is here. Yeah, my hydrangeas just completely died, and that was with watering twice a day last year. I've been doing so much research this year for the garden, and everyone's saying for herbs and vegetables, use straw is the best thing. Hello, Gatinia. So we're going to have all our herbs. We do have some rosemary currently growing. That's the only thing that survived here last year. As well as this vine. This should help shade the plants that may get burned in the super sun. We do have a little bit of room here, and I think probably up to here we'll get like really sunny. Not to mention this area, which I plan to put lots of terracotta pots with piri, any chilies I can find. I haven't done any from seed this year. It's just not warm enough inside our house for the seedlings to start early enough to actually get a decent harvest. I've bought a better seedling tray than I did last year, so I'm going to try maybe a few things, but all of the chilies that I tried going, all of the peppers, they just completely failed last year. So what I'm going to do is just buy like actual seedlings. They're like 8p in some shops here. You know, it's not too much of a big deal, but the idea is all around here will be peppers, chilies to go with the herbs, like a little, you know, kitchen garden, because that's our kitchen just here. This area gets a lot of sun, but if they're in pots and it gets too baked, because last year the ones that were in the garden did end up getting quite baked, they were just like paper thin, they weren't very fleshy, they weren't very sweet. If they get too much sun, or if it's going to be a really hot day, I can move them over to this wall where they can get a bit more shade without having to move them too far. That's why I'm putting them in pots this year in this area. I know you can get shade cloth, we have been looking, it is quite cheap. We may put that in some areas around the garden to help with plants, because as we said, the summer here gets mega hot and things actually do sunburn. But hopefully next year, oh yeah, another reason we're going in pots is so I can, once I trim them down, I can move them into what will hopefully be a renovated like garden shack / greenhouse by that point, so we can overwinter them. They won't die off. That's the plan. And so I won't have to keep trying to grow more. Sorry about that noise, that is an extra train line. But that should mean we shouldn't have to grow more next year. We can get an early start and produce even more peppers next year. That's why we're going for pots. Now you might be thinking, what about things like squash, aubergines? Honestly, I want to grow some artichokes. That's where raised beds are going to come in to play this year. So part of the reason I got Carlos to strimloads this down, obviously we need to sort out these grapevines that are going completely wild. I think we'll have to do that next week when the weather's a little bit better, because the weather the rest of this week is so-so. The idea is we will have some type of raised beds or containers along this little bit of wall here. Also next to the lemon tree, we've got loads of space there. Along the back of the shed, what we're calling the shed, we've got space there, near the compost. All of this can be reached with our hose so that we can water it easily. These areas, they're going to have a lot more space. They're not going to be as compact as the garden area. I do have some random tyres we found. We're going to fill those up with stuff. We're going to grow strawberries in them. At least that's the plan. That's probably going to be on this little ridge along here. I thought it'd be quite cute. We might put a bed in the front there. Might put a bed just here. A bed there. Several along there for things like that need a lot more space. Maybe things like butternut squash, pumpkins, watermelons. I really want to grow a watermelon this year. We completely failed last year, but I think we can do it this year. They were obviously spread out quite a lot, and I think these areas would be good for them. I mean, you get to that point and it's just fields for miles, so might as well grow them along the side of a field. We do also want to get some more bushes, like blueberries. Oh, I haven't mentioned flowers. One thing that I did not do last year is grow some flowers, which was very stupid. I'm aware of that now. Those are obviously really good for pollinators and keeping away pests. We have got some seeds that I'm going to plant tomorrow. I'll bring you along for that. Things like nasturtiums, marigolds. I've got some different coloured sunflowers, which is exciting. I'm hoping to grow some things like poppies. We actually have a few grown wild, so I'm hoping if I can get some like sort of nice poppy seeds, we can dot them around. But yeah, that is the plan for the veg this year. I hope you can see the vision and I don't sound like a mad person just ranting on. If you have any tips, please let me know down in the comments. Most of the things we're going for are full sun, Mediterranean style. Yeah, we just want to fill up as much space with veg as possible. I mentioned capers in another video. I do really want to grow them to honour my Italian ancestry, but it actually looks like they're really hard to get hold of in Portugal. If you know anywhere, please let me know. I might have to just get one from Italy at some point, I don't know. Road trip for a caper bush. That's the veg garden this year, or at least the plans, the vision, and we want to have much more of a turnover and be much more prepared than we were last year. I've got a full-on calendar. I'm planning like crazy. I think I'm doing Carlos's head in actually, so send Carlos some love for coming with me to buy lots of soil and seeds. Sorry Carlos, thanks. Everything we were going to do this week has pretty much been written off due to
bad weather and the rain.
Like our shutters were like banging, there was a leak. It's been a lot. So it's too cold and horrible to go outside. So we're having a little potting seedling party. And we've got blankets. There was talk of faux afterwards to keep us all warm.
I'm gonna start this with Charlotte. I'll reach the halfway point and then I'm gonna run off to the kitchen and make some fun.
You're my potting mixer.
So we've got a Tupperware here. And then we've got the 3 types of soil.
We've got a seedling mix, but I do find this doesn't last as long nutritionally. Like it's good for getting things started. So I'm gonna mix this with some of our manure mix. Yes, we do have manure inside our house. It's too cold. So there's that with that. I'm mixing a bit of regular composting as well. Hopefully that stuff should get it all nice and seedy, and then the mixture of the compost and that underneath should make it yum yums for the plant tum-tums. I've been inside for 2 days and I'm going slightly mad. We do equal parts, that and that.
Okay.
And then this we put on the top because that's where the seeds go.
I can
and then
do that.
The roots grow down into the
So I'll put
one
cup, and then we put that in, and then we could just mix it all, no?
No, I think mix these two.
Okay.
Yeah, just mix equal parts.
Cool.
And it will have to be moist.
Ooh.
So these are like our more spring stuff now. Today and tomorrow should be the last chance we have frost. I don't think we will get a frost, but there's a slight risk just because it's like on the edge, you know. So I'm going to start with my flowers first. It's something I didn't really do enough of last year. I just planted a few sunflowers, which wasn't really good enough. So this year I've got a good mix of flowers. We've got some marigolds, got two types actually. Snapdragons, these are the ones I'm going to be potting up today. Also have some nasturtium. Everyone has been saying how you can both eat this. It's good for pollinators, and also it keeps the pests away from your brassicas and whatnot, because all of the cauliflowers and broccoli, one of our broccolis just basically didn't grow because it just got eaten alive. So hopefully they'll eat this rather than eating my brassicas. That's the plan. But I'm going to start with the marigolds because I'm really excited. I like a good marigold. We do have some other flowers, but they're more like direct sow.
There's enough soil or more?
More soil!
More soil.
And then herbs we're planting today, I'm going to put them in these rather than seedling trays. I bought a chunkier seedling situation because last year we had these little ones, and when I tried to move it outside, they sort of died. I don't know if it was too much for it to be like such a small thing to like some open space. So I've gone for bigger ones, and I've also invested in one of these watering trays so that once this dries out, I know when to water it. And we've got these for herbs, which will fit in that little section. We've got some basil and parsley. I know parsley can direct sow. I'm going to see if I can try growing it in some pots first. I did look for some coriander, didn't have it. You can buy a lot of this stuff. You can buy. That's why I bought sage and stuff. There's no point in starting it from seed. You can buy it for like next to nothing. We have got some Chinese cabbage. Lovely.
Make more kimchi.
Yes. It is saying on here it's a bit early, but I'm just going to try it. There's loads in here, might as well give it a go. I'm going to try growing this from seed again. All of them, when we transplanted them last year, died, which is aubergine. I really like aubergine. I never tried. I sort of kid myself out of this. It's leeks. I am going to get some to direct sow anyway, just because I really like them. And then we've got the peppers, which completely failed last year.
No?
These are the seedlings.
Oh.
They just
The seedlings
didn't survive. Are you coming to join us, Gatinia? You are so cuddly at the moment. This isn't very practical. No, okay. Hopefully we can get these to grow. If not, I'm still just going to buy some in the market anyway. I'm not upset if I have too many pepper plants because I really like chilies and peppers. So let's get planting.
Let's get planting. Cuddle with Charlotte, but the animals had another idea. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video. Things didn't quite go according to plan, thanks to Mr. Weather, but
we're still ahead. We've got some seedlings on.
And Charlotte's planted the first bed.
I haven't planted it, but it's ready for planting.
It's ready for planting. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and
What do you think of Cars's extra spicy pho? My nose may be running, don't judge me. Muito obrigado.
Tchauzinho. Tchauzinho.